Well, welcome, Paul. I wanted to welcome you and thank you for coming to the studios. Today, I happen to be I have the honor of having Paul Comino from Home Nation here in the studios with me, and he's got a lot of new products out there, and he's got a new thing he's launched on his website, primarily for affordable housing. And Paul, you can give a little bit of your background, but I understand you're from manufactured housing. You've been around in the industry for quite a while. How many years have you been in manufactured housing?
25 years.
Oh my goodness, I got kids younger than that. but anyway, so you've been around it. So you've seen the infancy, you've seen structure, you've seen HUD come in, you've seen a lot of different changes. One of the things that I personally saw in the last 2 years with the COVID is what I call stupidity. And I mean, you can speak to how long it takes now. You order a manufactured home. What's your lead time now? About 9 months?
Some factories are almost at 14 months right now, depending which factory and what product. But some are out there. They're out there.
Yeah, well, like everybody's
and that's to deliver the home. That's the building of it doesn't take long. There's so many people in the pipeline ahead of them. So.
And how about the money? If they tell me it's going to be $95,000, can I go to the bank and say that's only going to be $95,000?
There's no guarantee on price rises.
Really?
None of the factories are holding their price anymore. They did, and a lot of them lost a lot of money. But now they're saying, okay, whatever the price is when it comes offline, that's what you pay. And if it's an extra 10 grand, it's extra 10 grand. What do you do?
Well,
so the dealer either has to eat that 10 grand or pass it on to the customer, or do something and try and split it with them, or something like we try and be fair with people.
But being fair with people sometimes means if you're not fair to yourself as a business owner, then you're not in business for them. So that's not really being fair to them too. But you're compassionate, I guess, would be the better way I could look at it.
We're in the affordable housing business. However we get an affordable house to somebody, that's our passion, is to get somebody a home that they can afford, home for their families, a payment they can afford. Okay.
Well, super. Now, the reason I had you in the studio is as I've been working with you, you've got a whole new system, and now being a manufactured home, sales primarily, I think I ran the numbers, and I'm a math guy, but I ran the numbers that used to be about $85 a square foot to have a single wide mobile home before COVID, delivered to your property, all set up, everything. You're about $85 a square foot. The last numbers I ran were around $110 a square foot delivered. And then we hope, as you just said, we really don't know if it's going to be that price. So now we're up into the $115 a square foot for a single wide. And I think you tell people, and you tell me, if it's a double wide, well, double the install, double. You could be somewhere, I think, around $145 a square foot for a reasonably well done double wide. Is that right?
And there's regional differences there, but you're essentially saying accurate. So very expensive anymore. Part of the reason is the cost, for example, of transport. Our cost now to move a single section of a home down the road is between $12 and $14 per mile. That's what we're paying, right, to the transport companies now, times 2 for a double wide. Okay, now up almost $30 a mile just for transport. Most of the factories are 200 to 500 miles away, up to $15,000 just for transport. Okay?
Wow. And then, we're looking at gas prices. Right now, at the time of this video, in May of 2022, I'm seeing $5 a gallon for diesel.
Well, now they're telling us by the end of summer, it'll be $9 a gallon. So if that gives you any idea where this is going, affordable housing is not that affordable anymore, at least the traditional way that's been built in factories running the entire box down the road.
And I'm talking to you about affordable housing. Affordable housing, just to help everybody understand, my idea of affordable housing is for the working people. It's not for the people that aren't working. The government's taking care of them. And you and I, our businesses are paying for them to live indoors, but that's a different conversation for a different video. But the affordable housing is for our teachers, our firefighters, retired military that's coming off. They're coming home and they're seeing stupidity of $2,000 or more rents here in South Florida. And other places it's getting bad. So even payment wise, those people don't even have shelter, which is wrong. Well, that actually leads us right into why you're here, because you've now launched something on your HomeNation.com website called Site Built Homes.
Right.
And now I always ask the question, well, if you're a manufactured home, how come you're in this business? And I'd like to give you a couple minutes and, tell me about, why you went into that business, why you're doing it, and what made somebody in a manufactured home business go into site-built homes, because it's not adding up to me.
Yeah, great question. So what we're really doing right here is we're selling affordable homes, first of all.
Okay.
So for me, whether it's a mobile home, aka a manufactured home, or a modular home, or a stick-built or site-built home, built on site. If you understand the difference, you have a home delivered from the factory and assembled on site, or it's largely built on site.
Right.
Like you go and see any new housing addition, that's a site-built home. Okay. So what we decided is there has to be an easier and faster and more affordable way to get a home built on site.
Okay.
And so what we did is we combined the best of the factory-built housing model, where you have a home built off-site in a plant,
Okay.
where you get the efficiency of scale instead of having to haul off and take your electrician from one job site to another. They're right there in the plant the whole time to run all the wire and all these homes coming down the production line all at once, right? So you've got the efficiency of scale and the bulk purchasing and all that good stuff that happens in a factory, right? That you don't have on onesie-twosie site-built homes. So we combine the best of the factory-built model with the best of the site-built model.
Okay.
Okay? So, for example, we'll get into it in a little bit,
Sure.
exactly how we're doing this. But this is a brand new way to build a site-built home without the high cost of a large box transported down the road, including your living room and your dining room and your bedrooms and all that, which a lot of people in the industry even have called that high-priced air.
Right.
All right, I just mentioned the cost of transport. Now, you're transporting as well as the real guts of the home, meaning your bathrooms, your utility room, furnace, air conditioner, hot water heater, panel, all your kitchen circuits.
Okay.
That's the real hub of the home, the guts of the home. As well as that, you're sending down the road all this high-priced air.
Boxed air.
Yeah. So what we've done
Okay.
is we've said, look, what if we just take the part of the home that really is the tough part to do on site, which is all the mechanicals. Mechanicals is heating, electrical, plumbing, venting, all of that stuff.
Basically the heart of the home.
The heart of the home. We take the heart of the home. We just build that in the factory.
Okay.
That's it, right? We can put that into a simple 12-foot by 20-foot module.
Okay.
Build that in the factory. I can run that down the road for $4 a mile.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's my cost. So I can get it anywhere. I can take that 1,000 miles for $4,000. That's nothing.
Right.
And then we bring that into and put that onto a small crawl space foundation.
Okay.
Crawl space is called a stem wall in Florida, but that's basically just like it sounds. It's a space underneath the home where you can get in and crawl in and
Sure.
hook up utilities, do what you have to do. But the rest of the home, we pour a slab for the floor instead of having a crawl space. Right?
Okay.
So we have one floor system, which is the slab. And so that module gets delivered onto the crawl space.
Okay.
Again, it's only 12 by 20 feet. And then we pour a slab around that.
Mm-hmm.
We build a wall around the slab, the perimeter exterior wall, and I'll get into that in a little bit, how we build that and what we use. This is revolutionary and much easier than what most people do.
Okay.
And then we actually supply a roof section, which is built in the factory as well, to put on top of the house, and that delivers with the module.
Wow.
The roof sections are called SIPs, or structural insulated panels. They're 12 feet by 18 feet long.
Okay.
So you only need 4 or so on each side of a 48-foot home. And they drop on top of a ridge beam on top of the home.
Okay.
So we're going to get into more detail about that in a second, but we think this is a revolutionary approach to simplifying the on-site building process.
Right.
And bringing the price down by putting the most important part of the build, doing that in a factory where it's precision built, controlled environment.
No rain, no snow on top of them, and the guys go in, they go to work every day, and yeah,
exactly. So you don't have delays with contractors or construction delays or having to try and find an electrician. None of that stuff. It's all done.
Yep.
Right? It's done in one module delivered to the home site.
Yes.
All right. Then you build the home around that.
Got it.
And then and we're finding that the price per square foot is only marginally more than a modular home, and in fact, even in many areas, than a mobile home or a manufactured home.
Wow.
So this is the stunning part of it all. We can build on site a site-built home for less money than most dealers can install your mobile home for.